Welcome back to Atlanta and Company. I'm Christine Pilara. We buy anti-wrinkle creams, endure Botox injections, and even plastic surgery just so we can preserve our looks as we get older. Have you been at my house or something? Now, what about preserving our bank account as we grow older? More Americans are concerned about how well they'll age in retirement rather than how well they can afford retirement. The main reason we avoid saving for retirement or college is because it all seems so overwhelming and confusing, but it really doesn't have to be. Here this week for the final segment in our financial resolution series is Fatima Medikarimi. She is going to tell us how to get started step by step. Wow, that's an eye-opener. Exactly what you said. We're also concerned about the outward way that we're going to age, but what about how we're going to be able to afford getting older with life expectancies growing, you know, we are getting older and living longer, and
it's a good problem to have, but it's definitely something you have to take into consideration.
Absolutely. So why do people put it off?
One of the biggest reasons that they put it off is that they keep waiting for the next big promotion. They keep waiting for the money tree to grow in the backyard or the year-end bonus. They feel like they don't have enough to start. They're expecting, you know, some big amount, but literally just start. Any small amount, just start.
Now, how much do you think? I mean, what do you recommend is the best amount to start saving?
Well, I would say start as soon as you can, and that's the biggest thing with investing. It's literally not how much you save, but how long you save. So it's all about time. The sooner you start, the better it's going to be. A very poignant example is a 20-year-old who starts and saves just $2,000 a year for 10 years, total of $20,000 contribution, doesn't invest anything else. By the time they're ready to retire, it's going to be $1 million.
Wow.
Compare that if you just wait 10 years, start at age 30, invest $2,000 for 30 years, a total of $60,000. By the time you're ready to retire, it's going to be half that. It's only going to be $500,000. So you can see the difference that 10 years makes. So just start.
Right. Don't put it off any longer. Just start now.
That's right.
Now, what about if you're getting close to retirement? Is it too late?
No, it's really never too late. And a lot of people think of retirement as a date. They think, you know, age 65 or age 62, whatever age they have in mind. But really, retirement is not about that date. It's about the years, even decades after that. So even if you do start saving later on, you know, if you start saving in your 40s or 50s, you still have a very long window because you're going to be saving for 75, 85, maybe even 90. So it's not about that initial age of when you think you might retire, but the long term.
This is something I hear a lot of people wondering about these days is, should people wait until the market is going up? Now, it had been going up steadily, but then I think even last week it made a huge correction, was down 200. So I think people are still a little gun shy about actually investing right now. What do you think?
Investing, properly investing is about investing consistently on a regular basis. So if you try and time the market or try to find the star investments, you're not going to do well in the long run. In fact, Money Magazine did a study, and they found people that invested in just standard mutual funds consistently did better than those who tried to time the market and find the better, you know, star mutual funds.
Right. Excellent advice. Okay, now if you do decide to use a financial firm or an advisor, how can you make sure that people know that the person is right for them? What are some tips?
Well, one of the biggest things to look for is to make sure that they are a certified financial planner, a CFP. That's a really good designation to look for. And literally also, when you start to interview them, ask them, how do they get paid? Do you pay them by the hour, or do they get commission from the investments they recommend? I would recommend working with someone that you pay by the hour, because their incentive is going to be to make you happy and to make you rich. Whereas if they get paid by commission, their incentive is going to be making themselves rich, recommending investments that might not be the best for you, but end up having better commissions for them.
Right, good point. Now, what about checking on your accounts? It's so nice now that we have so much transparency in the internet, providing the opportunity to have us check our own accounts, right?
That is so important and crucial. I mean, Bernie Madoff, for example, made off literally with $50 billion, and a lot of people wonder why. And he would simply provide his investors with statements that he had just randomly made up, and they would just take him at his word. But in this day and age, there's no excuse for that. You in your pajamas at midnight should be able to log on to your own accounts and see what's going on, what investments have been made, where your money is being invested. There's absolutely no reason why you have to wait for a financial advisor to tell you how much money you have. It should be all in your hands.
Exactly. And what are some investment options that you'd like to recommend?
Well, investment options that I would recommend for most people would be to go with either index funds or mutual funds. Trying to pick individual stocks is going to be a little bit more time-consuming and riskier game for most. Money Magazine and Kiplinger's Personal Finance, they do annual investment guides that are a great place to start, that they recommend the best funds to invest in. And then if you choose any of the large companies like Vanguard, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, they also have really, really good do-it-yourself investment options. They'll ask you, you know, what your risk tolerance is, how long you have until retirement, and they will make personalized recommendations for you.
What do you think, Fatima, about investing in your company? Because it seems like we've seen some situations over the years with, let's say, a WorldCom where, you know, people invested, put all of their investment in their employer and lost it all. So what do you advise in that situation?
Literally, you do not want to put all your eggs in one basket. So you've got your savings for now, basically your job, in that basket, in that company's basket, and you've got your savings for the future in that basket, and you definitely don't want to do that. I know some companies force you to do that, but you want to try and minimize that as much as possible. So just only depend on your livelihood from that company, not your retirement as well. Sometimes you have to have that stock, but then later you can start selling it. So try divesting from your company stock as soon as you can.
Okay, great advice. And what do you have for us next week?
Next week, we're going to talk about some fun topics, especially with the new cash for clunkers for appliances that's going to be coming up.
Good. Okay, excellent. Well, this has been a wonderful series, getting people started in the new year on the right financial track. Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
And if you would like some more money-saving tips, ideas, and coupons, visit the Shopping Queen's website at shoppingqueen.com. But before you can